Hey everybody, welcome.
Hello. Hi.
Beth, me, Penny Surata, our first guest. We have 3 guests tonight.
Got it right. You got my name right.
Yeah,
Good.
yeah, you're darn right. Yeah. So let's see, get that right up there. Whoops, that's the wrong one. Sassy Jack Stitchery is sponsoring this show, and I had it right here handy, and then I lost it. There it is. There we go. Now we got it. Now we can function. So that's good. Yep. Sassy Jack Stitchery is sponsoring the show, and of course we appreciate it when you support our sponsors and want to talk about some of the things that Kim has just to tempt you. Hi.
Hi.
It's a normal night. Yep.
Yep. I
Okay.
think I need coffee or something.
So you missed out on all the exciting things I said about these samplers. Mojo Stitches, Joanna Kavanaugh, Take Wing, and now I got to go fast because we've chewed up time having it on mute. What an idiot. Bushland Quaker, get these. We have them.
Kim has them.
Kim has them. Some special threads come with those. They're very nice. You want them. And then the Sassafras Sampler line, Middle Mist Red Sampler. That's a new. I think that's the newest one. I'm going to guess. Quaker Bluebird Quaker Sampler is not new, but neat. Kim has
Yeah, Kim has this
Kim
one.
has this, but
I
so
have
does
this one too.
so does Beth. Beth hasn't started it. She just has it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the only one she hasn't started. Very good. I got to get that one. And then Claudia Dutcher's newest Bristol Green 1876. I have to get this one for my banding sampler thing.
So that's new?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, that looks beautiful. I might have to get that one too.
Got to have that. Yeah. So there we have it. Okay. Support Kim. She supports us. Please support Kim. Get your stuff from Kim. SassyJackStitchery.com. It's right there at the bottom. We'll leave it down at the bottom. All right. Thank you, Kim. Penny Surata. First one was 40 years ago.
1981, it was my 40th birthday gift. First time I...
Wait a minute. 40 years ago for your 40th birthday.
That's correct.
Wow.
And it was the first time I ever got to travel away from home without my 6 children.
Oh,
Now
man.
What a great trip. That would be fabulous.
How fast did you sprint down the driveway? Wow. And how many have you missed since then? Couple?
I have missed a few. First of all, we had kids to raise and college to pay
That
for.
happens.
And then I got accepted to law school, which acceptance I happened to receive when I was attending the Heartland Region Seminar in Springfield, Illinois in 1991. And my husband called me up and said, well, you got the letter and you're in. So I had to go to school. So,
Yep.
so Hilton Head in 2002 and quite a few of them since.
Excellent.
Do you take classes every time?
Oh yeah. I used to take classes the whole time, and then I'd go home exhausted.
Always something new to take.
Well, yes, and sometimes we'd take just 2 classes and go touring too.
Yeah.
It's in
Right.
place.
So what classes are you taking this time?
What? Well, as a matter of fact, somebody who's in the room with us, Kathy Andrews. It's what is it? The King's.
I've heard of her.
The King's Pineapple. Right.
King's Pineapple?
The King's Pineapple.
All
It's yeah, like a post-Tudor thing. They had these. Their symbols were different. Like one of the queens had a pomegranate, and this is the King James, right? Pineapple.
Is that right, Kathy?
Yes. Yes.
Excellent.
Okay.
She did her homework. All right.
Yay, yay.
Okay, and then now it's gone right out of my mind what my class was that I just
You're
took.
welcome.
I'm sorry, the teacher's going to be upset that I did. But anyway, it was good. So I will say
Yeah.
that. And we did Winning Ways today.
Yep.
You're going to hear about that too, because
Yes.
people are here to talk about that.
You go home Monday, Sunday?
Well, yes, and I have to pick up my car that died on the way here
Excellent.
from
Yeah.
the shop.
Hey, but at least you're here and you can just like forget about that, right?
Yes, that's right. I
Yeah.
made it. I made it.
Yep.
But it's been fun because going back 40 years, it was back before word processors, and people had typed instructions, and sometimes they had typos. And can you imagine carbon paper and whiteout? And,
No.
Yeah.
yeah. And, I mean, people did the best they could, but what we have now is just so much better.
Yep.
But we've always had boutique and bookstore and exhibits and pictures of next year's classes that I hope everybody's going to be looking online if they
Yeah.
haven't attended.
Did you go through that?
I have looked at it, but I
Yeah.
haven't made up my mind yet.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
There are a few classes that Gary and I have been looking at that I'm like, I'd love to take that.
Yep.
Well, you're not going to be able to work if you do that, then, are you?
No.
That'll be a bit of a problem. Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
no. But
Yep.
yeah, no, it's been wonderful. Just being part of EGA all these years has been absolutely great. And one thing made me more confident as a public speaker because we had to get up and do our show and tell. And
Right.
if you're a really nervous person, it's like, oh, I have to stand up in front of 30 other women and talk about my stitching.
Right, right.
Yeah.
So that did good for me, and it helped when I passed my audition to be on Jeopardy in 1988.
Yeah.
So yeah, didn't win.
Didn't win. Okay.
Didn't win.
You were there.
I was there. Came in second.
Okay. Put
Got
you
a-
way ahead.
Got a bunch of
way
parting. I got Lee press-on nails for my parting gift. Remember Lee press-on nails?
Yes, I do.
Yes,
I do.
Little Debbie snack cakes. A year's worth of Little Debbie
A
snack
year's worth of Little Debbie's snack
yeah,
cakes?
yeah.
Right, it was coupons.
Did they pay for the heart attack afterwards?
They're good though, actually. And there was some kind of a fiberglass bathroom cleaner, which I didn't have fiberglass bathroom accessories. And I got Casablanca lamps, which I still have. And then another table lamp, which I still have.
See,
Well.
it was a good deal.
And the experience.
And the experience, yes, and it was great, but we didn't get to talk to Alex.
No?
No, because of remember the quiz show scandals? You weren't.
Oh, that's right.
Yes,
Yeah.
right, so no.
Yeah.
But we did have to give them ideas about what to talk about
Uh-huh.
when Alex introduced you,
Yeah.
R.I.P. Alex. Anyway, and so my prompt was that I have won a blue ribbon at the Iowa State Fair because they came to Iowa to get contestants, cattle call for contestants, so I knew they'd want Iowa stuff, so
Yeah.
so I won a blue ribbon at the Iowa State Fair.
There we go.
Hey.
All right, Penny, thanks for stopping
Thanks a
by and
lot.
helping us out. Yeah.
Well,
Thank you.
thanks, Gary, and I'm so glad you're both here. And Gary, don't be embarrassed, but you've done so much for
Oh.
so many designers, and aren't you right? So many designers and people that we never would have heard about, but since what, 2017 now?
I think so. I think it is that.
Yes.
Yeah. Long
yeah,
time.
Long
Yeah.
time, and I've got them all on my iPod.
Oh, my.
And
That's a lot.
I listen to them every
Holy
night.
smokes. That's almost 500. Hey, and thanks for wearing a Fiber Talk t-shirt.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just in case you need
Appreciate
one.
We
that.
have merchandise night tonight, Fiber Talk.
There we go.
There you
All
go.
right.
And go shop, have fun at the merchandise night.
Okay, good. Thanks a lot.
Okay. All right,
Bye,
thanks,
everybody.
Penny.
Bye,
All right.
Penny.
Don't worry about the door, just let it go.
Yeah, what are we gonna do?
There's not a chance that's gonna be quiet.
All right,
Got
so
two
I'm gonna, you, go ahead.
Slide them over.
Slide them over. We're just sliding over.
Oh, okay.
Oh, and, oh, they brought their wine, Gary.
Yeah.
It's Merchant's Night. It's a weekend.
Oh,
That's right, it's Friday night.
So
Friday night.
Natalie Dupuy, if you don't know, if you don't, watch some shows. Kathy Andrews, if you don't know that, watch some shows.
Scooch in here.
So yeah, having wine after long days, yay. Kathy, you've taught like every day, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep, I taught for the first 3 days, and I'll teach 2 more days. Tomorrow I'll be teaching your last guest, in fact.
Yeah.
Which will be really fun, and it's been great. The thing that's the best about this conference is that people are really relishing being back together again as stitchers. And even though we're all wearing masks, and you see an old friend and you don't recognize them because you only see them from there up, and especially if their hair color has changed in the last 2 years.
Yeah.
Oh, I have no idea who you are. But people are just so happy to be together again. It's really great. And people are really being safe. So that's
Yeah.
good.
yes.
Yeah.
It's fun.
And coolest thing I think of the week is your husband.
And, yes, of
Well, you
course.
tell.
Oh, well, my husband Steve is a train spotter. And what that means, if you know what a bird watcher does, a bird watcher, what do you call a bird watcher? There's a special word for
Starts
that.
with a no.
I don't know. Anyway, so they write down all the birds they see.
Sounds good, Kathy.
Yeah, right. I don't know what it's called. They write down all the birds that they see. My husband writes down the numbers on the locomotives that he sees. And he knows where all those locomotives are housed and what lines they run on. So he's in Chicago, so he goes different places in the area and sits at the train station and writes down the numbers of all the locomotives he sees.
So he's in his element too, just
He
like
is,
you,
yes,
right?
that's exactly right. He is so happy. And then he comes at the beginning of the day and helps me set up, and comes at the end of the day and helps me strike. So I've got the best of both worlds.
Can't beat that.
No, so it's great. It's wonderful. Plus, I got to meet Natalie face to face.
Yes.
And you face
Yes,
to face.
right.
And Beth. You know.
And I was even more interested in him becoming a U.S. citizen
Oh, I
too.
forgot about that.
I didn't.
Well, you should. On Monday, when we came in to Chicago, before we got here, Steve had to take his citizenship test. And he passed. He had to know the answers to 100 questions. They asked him 10, and he has to get 6 right. But I can tell you from quizzing him, he knew all 100. So he will become a citizen toward the end of September, which is a big deal.
That's fantastic.
I didn't
yeah.
know that's what you wanted me to say.
It's quite all right. I didn't know about the train thing, so
Now you know.
yeah, that's pretty cool. No, that's fantastic that you got that to
Yeah,
work.
I'm really proud of it.
Yeah, that's great. Yep.
Yeah.
And you've been judging everything in sight, right?
Exactly. So I've been here taking a 2-day judging course, which is part of their certification. If you want to take the judging, you need to take the judging class if you want to become a needlework judge, and also attend a conference called Winning Ways, which is a 4-day, 4 lectures on 1-day event that happens every year at the seminar. And so they get 4 interesting speakers, and it's just a way for judges and any other member of the conference to keep up to speed with what's new and what's hot in the embroidery world. And then spending a lot of time in the exhibition hall, which is filled with hundreds of interesting pieces that you could practice judging, you could just admire, you can, make your own thoughts. So tomorrow there's something called the Judges Forum, where there's been pieces that have been pre-judged, and then all the members can come and they can try their hand at judging and compare against what the judges have said, and then we can have a discussion about it. So there'll be 3 facilitators, and I'm one of them, just having that discussion with the members. So
So I was wondering what that was, because Gary asked me, says, what's this? And I was like, I knew what everything else was, but that was
Yeah.
the one thing.
yeah, it's a come and try your hand at judging and see how your thoughts align with those who are already certified judges.
Will it also give us insight into what a judge is looking for if we want to submit a piece?
I think any of myself and the other 2 who will be there will be happy to go into that discussion. So we'll probably talk about the pieces that's there, what do you see, and then what are we looking for?
Wow, that's a great idea.
Yeah, come along.
I can't. I'm
Come
teaching.
bombard us. Oh, it's over lunch.
Oh, then I probably
Come in
will
lunch break.
come.
Yeah, I think it's 12 to 1:30 maybe.
Why, we don't need lunch.
No, what's that?
That's
Yeah.
lunch.
I don't need lunch.
It's crazy. So, about every time that we've been in the exhibit area, Natalie has shown up at one point or another.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good place to do.
So this, I mean, obviously you have to come and do this, but I assume it's been very productive for you?
Yeah, I mean, I had done a lot of practice judging beforehand and working with my mentor, but to be live, talking with other experienced judges and seeing real pieces and not just photographs has been really nice to see. And yeah, you know, just elevate my skills, but also let me know what I need to know more about. Because I'm seeing some of the techniques that are on display, I say, wow, I need to know a bit more about how that's executed so that I can be a better judge.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah,
So it's been fun.
So it was in the lectures today, the crazy quilting.
Right, it was something I didn't know much about, and I said, right, I need to develop an appreciation for this and an understanding of the technique and the execution and the how and the why.
Well,
So that's why winning ways is a good thing to go to, because it might make you think a little bit differently about some technique that you don't know much about.
yeah,
Right. Open your eyes to different ways that people are presenting their stitching.
Exactly.
Yep.
Or even stitching techniques that you might not even think that would be in judging categories.
Right.
And you say, oh dear, I better know a bit more about this.
Right.
yeah. And Natalie and I spent an hour today. We'll post the video probably tomorrow. I brought 2 of my pieces, and we Natalie went through them, and it was a great discussion. Had a lot of fun, learned a lot. So she just went through and critiqued both of my pieces, pros and cons, and so on and so forth. It was a really good discussion, really educational.
And I didn't have a red pen, and I was kind, right?
Yes, all of those things. All of those things.
Because I think a judge needs to give feedback in such a way that the stitcher grows and doesn't feel
Right.
discouraged. So
Right. There was only one moment I felt the blood boil, and then, you know.
Oh, shoot.
No.
That's also super true when you're a teacher. That when you have a student in your class, I had a student today in my class who'd only ever done cross stitch. And this is a class on surface stitching. And she'd never ever done it. So first of all, she didn't know where to put the needle.
No.
You know, there's no little hole.
Yeah.
And you have to encourage them and recognize what they do well. And then, okay, this is a suggestion for making it better. And I think that's true no matter what.
Yeah.
So,
No, my blood didn't boil.
okay,
man.
good.
No, I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was exactly what I had hoped we could do. And then people, when they watch the video, will be able to see what goes through your head, what you're seeing,
Yeah.
what you react to, positively and negatively. And no, it was really productive, and I appreciate you doing it. It was fun.
Well, you know, with that experience behind you, it would be fun for you to come to the judging forum tomorrow and you try now, and then I'll tell you how you did.
Okay.
And I
so
want to
you'll
see,
be judged again.
Yeah, I know. I'm starting to take this personal
Yeah,
now.
really.
and I'm wondering if you're going to be brave enough to put something in an exhibit.
Next year.
When did you last enter?
I've never entered
Okay,
anything.
all right.
And you too then.
Yeah,
So,
I mean,
okay.
that's the
So,
two
okay.
of us together, right?
Yeah.
Well, Kathy's got lots of pieces in the exhibition, actually. She might be like top person entering. Kathy and Janet have a lot of pieces in there.
But my pieces are all in fiber form because that's
And Bobby Pilling.
and Bobby Pilling. But I do really contemporary off the wall stuff for my own art. It's nothing like what I teach.
Right, yeah.
Nothing like what I teach.
Yeah.
But I've gotten a lot of good feedback about that. I was surprised. A lot of people have come up and said to me, "Wow, your pieces are beautiful. They're nothing like what you teach."
No.
It's like, yeah, it's not the same
Yeah,
because
you've got your class pieces and you've got your art pieces.
yeah, and
right?
and it's very different. But I've also never until this seminar ever entered anything for judging, and I believe I live in Iowa, and the Iowa State Fair is a big thing, and people enter stuff there, and I just never have. It just didn't occur to me. But it would be interesting to do it and see what the feedback is. But it is a very subjective thing to be judged, and it's all it's a subjective art, and that would be interesting to me to see what it's like.
Yeah.
Have you ever put anything in
No.
your state fair?
No.
Oh, come on, Gary.
No. No.
Beth,
No.
Iowa
I know.
State Fair, it's calling your name.
Well, see, but I live in Illinois.
Oh, well then never mind. Illinois State Fair, Beth. Do you
See?
have a butter cow in Illinois, though?
I don't think so. I don't think we have the.
Don't admit it. Don't admit it if you do.
We're proud of our butter cow.
Butter cow.
It's a cow made of butter.
Yes.
She's too sophisticated for this. Yeah, it's a
Let's
cow
start talking
molded
about
in
Elvis
butter.
Velvis again.
Yeah.
Velvis again.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
So.
All right. Go drink some wine somewhere.
We
Oh,
will.
no, we're going to the merchants night.
Yeah,
Oh,
we're
that's
going to the
right.
Oh, yeah.
merchants night
Go
to
spend-
spend some money.
Spend some money.
Go spend
yeah.
some money.
Okay.
All right, thanks you
for
guys.
having us.
Appreciate it. Okay, thanks a lot.
Oh, my. All right.
All right, thanks to all of them. That was fun. Oh, look at bottoms up on the wine.
Yeah,
If you could just see what I just saw.
Bottoms
These two,
up, chink, chink.
they two both stood there and dumped that wine right down there.
Because they've got to go to that merchant's night
Boy,
and spend
Natalie.
a little money.
Boy, Natalie, I hope your kids are in bed. That's all I got to say. See ya.
Bye. Oh, too funny.
Yeah, that was good. Yeah, it was great to have them do it. So much, you can tell people are really enjoying it and having a good, learning a lot.
Right.
The hour we spent, Natalie and I, just talking about my pieces, two of the pieces that I brought, so educational, and to have that feedback. And I mean, there are pieces that have been done a long time, but one was in '91, and I thought she would find all kinds of things wrong with it, and I'm really surprised she didn't find
Really?
nearly as much. But it was interesting. You'll see it on the video. It was interesting the changes that she would do to the design that you could immediately see would make it better. It was,
Wow.
Yeah, it was good.
And that's good information to have. And
Yeah.
that's why I think I need to get over the fear of getting
Right.
myself into a fair, whether it be local or the state, or
Yeah.
come here and do one.
Yeah.
So
So anyway, boy, Natalie's been working that judging. Holy smoke, she's been over every piece in the place in there. And
Right.
It's
Right.
impressive. Yep. So all of those things. Now we went to the Winning Ways lectures, the 4 lectures. We split them up. So the first one was the Lost Art of Craftsmanship, and then that tied in with that was with Pat Goley, and then that tied into the last one, Craftsmanship and the Art Appraiser, through the eyes of an art appraiser. And it was an interesting discussion, both of them, talking about craft, hobby, art,
right.
and actually all 4 were really kind of focused
Right.
around that whole thing. Where needlework, where does it fit as art? And all I could
Right.
take out of it was it's just kind of public opinion. I got kind of frustrated because you'll see in the videos of the stuff that we show, and some pictures we'll show tonight. I mean, I don't know how you say that stuff isn't art.
Right. And I think someone said it's because mainly women do it now, that they're relegating it more to craft. Whether that's true or not, I'm not so sure. At least before it used to be that way. It's a craft because women do it. But I think now it's more becoming looking like it's art, and going through the exhibit and looking at pieces. So you can't deny it. They're art. They're
Yeah.
art. They're art.
A lot of it, yeah.
And I really enjoyed. I went to the color class with Debbie Rowley, and then the crazy quilt class with Kim, and I can't say her last name. Sorry, Kim. But I learned a lot. I learned a lot during the color class because I want to redo Dawn to Dusk in different colors, not all of them. And I was hung up. Well, how do I change just a few colors out of the piece? And I've done it before, but I haven't always been happy with it. Well, Debbie gave some really, really good pointers on it, and I was like, okay, I've really learned a lot. So I've got to go home and get cracking on Dawn to Dusk. That's my next big piece.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Oh, I can't get over. You'll see it'll go up on the EGA site, but we have a video of the New York designs for classes for next year. One of Debbie Rowley's pieces, complete departure from her normal designs, and wow.
yes.
Yeah, so watch for that. It's a really, really good one. So that was, we spent, 2 hours in the morning, 2 hours in the afternoon doing that, so that was educational, and it's all right. And then one of the things that they have are all the people who are working on Master Craftsman certification, I guess
Right.
it is.
Right. So you sign up to become a master craftsman, and you start submitting things, and there's different, and I won't remember all of them, but there's color, there's design, there's canvas, beading, okay,
Counted.
and surface.
Yeah.
Those are the ones. And so they're each very specific. And then we went around and we took some videos, and I don't know if they all got posted or you're still
No,
trying to post
haven't
them.
posted them yet.
It's
No.
been a struggle here in the hotel to get things loading up,
Right.
and that's been a problem.
Yeah,
So
yeah, we've had good internet access, but today it just argued all the
Oh,
time.
yeah.
But there are four that there was the full set, stage 1 or level 1 all the way through 6.
Right.
And so we did videos of each of those 4. And then 2 of them we did still photos, and so we're going to show you 2 of them now so that you can see what we're talking about. And then and those 2 are videos. So we were able to show, so you can see the whole progression through the craftsmanship program. So we'll switch over here. This is the bead one. Who is that now? Sarah Langston. Sarah Langston. This is the bead.
And this was her level 1 piece. And so, okay, you can imagine, which kind of blew us away. I don't know how many techniques is on it, but the shading she got on the Madonna face and the Christ child face are very well done. And I can't remember the name of the, it's a very famous
Icon thing, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it was beautiful to see, and those diamond pieces are raised above, almost so like they're jewels. If you've ever seen any of the any icons, and actually her halo is raised above too. So again, very well done piece. Well, they all are. They all are.
I like the way I drew around the halo, like people couldn't tell what the halo is.
Right,
Yeah.
right. It's been a day. But it was just, to see those live in person, photos just, of course, don't do it.
So that was level 1. That's what you start with.
Right. And then this is 2, which is the,
Here, I got it. Just a minute. We need some more room here. Sorry, Kim. There.
okay. So, the beaded tassels and I liked how she did the words around the necklace part.
Yeah, live well, laugh often, love much. Yeah, this is just beautiful though at the bottom.
Yeah, all the beads she put on
I can't make it so it's bigger, but anyway, yeah. So that's level 2.
And this was level 3, and would we say 113 shades of beads?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
was like, oh my word.
Yeah.
And all those yellows, and yellows are so hard to find. It just blew my mind that she was able to do that.
And you commented about the peyote bead circles at the bottom, how much, and they really do add a nice base to the.
Right. And again, and I just noticed that the sides, the swirls on the sides, how they complement the piece too. I guess I didn't notice them when we were there.
Yep. So that's her level 3.
And this is level 4, and I can't remember the name of it. But it's,
Here,
an adaptation from a photograph, I think is what it says. But again, the necklace itself is done in a herringbone. So she slipped that on there and then put the flower on it. And
Yeah, it's all clearly dimensional in different layers, flowers and leaves, and then that whole necklace is all beaded, and it's thick. It's probably 1/8 of an inch, maybe more thick.
I think it's thicker than that.
Yeah.
I think it's thicker than that.
That's
It's
a serious bunch of beading.
Right. I can't imagine taking the time it took to do that, but yeah.
And herringbone here. Let's see if you can start to see it there a little bit. It's not just thrown together. I mean, there's clearly a plan putting that together. It's impressive work. Yep. So that's level 4, and now buckle up.
You're right. So this was her, Celtic cross that she said she
Oops.
trips to Ireland, and it doesn't have any armature in it, so it's all beaded. It holds itself up. We have a member in our guild who does beautiful beadwork that's dimensional, but this was just so out of the box. the Celtic knots and the cross and the fact that it was standing up. And the beads didn't, I mean, I don't know how she got it to stand up on its own weight.
Yeah, it's impressive. In the video of this, you get more of an angle and you'll really come to appreciate the dimension that's in there. But yeah, that's a lot of beading. Yeah. All right, and then her finished piece is this fan.
At level 6, and the thistles on it, and the leaves. I just was amazed how she got all that.
Well, come on. Get somebody who knows what they're doing here.
all the twisty parts, and it's so it looks like a lace fan. It just amazing.
Yeah, that's all bead.
All beads.
Yeah.
And that center, and when I looked at that center ruffle part in the center, I think it's supposed to be like a rose, the white rose. I thought, oh, for my lizard on my painted canvas piece.
Yep.
Now I've got to learn how to do that because I have no clue. So.
Yep. So that's the beaded master craftsman. And then Janet Noble, who is the outgoing president of EGA, in addition to being a president of EGA, which you can imagine that much work, she has finished her master craftsman in counted.
Counted work.
Right.
Right. So this one was, the sampler, and she said it's her house, and then flowers and birds that are around her house. That was what was on her artist statement. So level 1.
Yeah, that's pretty straightforward.
Cross stitch.
Buckle up.
This is the level 2, which is a CC stitch, and she, instead of, there's always that like
Sorry.
phoenixy bird thing, she changed it into some birds with leaves, and to me that's a hard technique, and I don't know why. Maybe because my mind can't think in that reverse where you're doing the opposite.
Yeah. That was an intentional mute, so you didn't have to hear me cough. Okay, so that's level 2, Janet Noble.
This is level 3, the black work.
I think my favorite of the 6, I think.
The shading she achieved in that, the detail, all the little bits, which I can imagine are hard to do. And black work, I must admit, is not my favorite technique. So she just did a phenomenal job with the shading and picking stitches for each little shape, because I think that's incredibly difficult.
Yep. And what inspired by wallpaper in her powder room.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you can get your inspiration from anything.
Yep. And then.
Oh, this one, the white work, the nativity.
Okay, I take it back. This is my favorite. Never mind. No, it isn't. I don't know.
It's the pulled thread, and so and you don't remove the threads with pulled thread. You pull them really tight, and how she got all those, each individual little character in there, from the nativity scene, the shepherds, the wise men, the angel, Mary and Joseph. It's great. It's great.
Yep.
Again.
But you as you go through the progression, you really see that when someone says, I'm a master craftsman and counted, you have to accomplish an awful lot to get there.
Right. It's not just, I'm not going to say just cross stitch. It's not just making the X's. It is all the counted techniques that are in this group. Now the next one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is too much.
This is the hardanger, and it's a chest set, a chest. I could see, I wonder if she puts like a piece of glass or plexiglass.
Wouldn't you?
Yeah, well, and then to play chess with it. I mean, it's beautiful.
And this is full size. She didn't go half size or something. This is a full size chessboard, all done in hardanger.
Yes.
And we have a second shot. Yeah, here.
Yes.
To kind of show what the detail.
And the stitches. And I don't, it kind of makes you wonder how many different stitches did she have to show on this one? Because there were a lot of different ones in each of those little squares.
Yeah.
It wasn't just your basic.
No, I was
dove
trying
sky.
to. Yeah, I was trying to see if any two are the same, and there are some that are the same. Yeah, they're that one and that one. So she's repeating, but not very often.
No.
No, it's just so impressive. It's so big and beautiful,
Right.
and all that white work around the edges. It's just, yeah, it's a stunner. Yeah.
Yeah.
So there we have that.
One more.
One more. Oh yes. Thank you.
Level 6. Level 6, and this is of her grandparents. And so she did the black work going in and making it lighter as she went in, changing the density of the threads. There's hardanger around it, and then, of course, the cross stitch. And that it must have been done over one. We're not sure if it was a tent stitch or a full cross, but isn't that beautiful? And it was just perfectly done. Perfectly done.
Yeah, it's definitely over one because you can't tell. It was cross stitch, and then we did a close up, so you can see.
Right, and when you look at it across the room, it is just a beautiful, beautiful piece.
It's almost unfair to do a close up because it starts to lose things.
Right, I did like the black work that she did, and it really shows how she used that so effectively to frame the pieces, to frame her grandparents. She did a wonderful job on that.
Yeah. So there's just two examples in the video. We'll show two more of what it is to be master craftsman in the EGA world. So that's it's impressive.
Yeah, something I've thought about doing, and every time I look at the steps, I think, oh,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yep. And so then, here's this was from your
The crazy
class,
quilt,
yeah.
crazy quilt class. So it was an antique quilt that her friend found, and I can't remember. And I want to say it was like $60 at a sale, flea market or something. But again, for some people they don't like crazy quilts. It's just too busy for them. But I looked at it and I love crazy quilts. I love all the color and how you use all the different stitches, and it was just an interesting, that was the Winning Ways lecture. And again, if you go to National Seminar, you can go and attend these lectures and hear, from a variety of subjects. And so it was interesting to learn more about crazy quilts. And Natalie said, she was, how do you judge something like this? It's not a technique she normally doesn't do. So she said, I've got to learn a lot more about it, which was interesting.
Yeah. And so you start to get a picture that there's something here for everybody.
Right.
It really is.
Yeah, right. Not just doing fancy stitches, but just everything, all levels.
When Kathy talks about a student who'd only done cross stitch and now was branching out,
Right.
Somebody's sticking their neck out a little bit and giving it a whirl. And
this is the place to do it because you've got, really some of the best teachers that there are coming and teaching here at National, and they want to help you. They want you to succeed. They don't want you to go home feeling frustrated.
Yeah.
They want you to learn. So.
Yep. It's a lot of fun. Now tonight was merchandise night.
Yes, and Gary wasn't sure what that was. And I said, we got to go to merchandise night. And he was like, what do you mean merchandise night? I was like, you got to go. And so I started listing who was going to be there.
What throws me out, see, there's already a boutique here.
Right.
So there's a place to spend money, but now there's another place to spend money.
Right,
Yes.
right. Because you never can spend, we're stitchers. There's always something else. So these were beaded kits this is Beaded Treasures by Barbara. So she had the whole kit for this. So different little buttons. And then she gave you all the beads, and yeah, I like beading.
But these are
massive pieces. I wouldn't wear them, but I'd love to bead them. That's just me.
yeah, you'd know that these were on your neck.
Right.
These are big, heavy pieces, but yeah,
But they're beautiful, just beautifully done, and the colors are gorgeous. I thought they were gorgeous. So again. The kits, she's not selling the necklaces, she's selling the kits for you to bead them. So.
Yeah, you get to make this.
You get to make this.
Yeah. And then, we got these.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're little buttons, and they're fabulous.
Tony Gertis has them. And here
we'll show you.
We each got a button.
See?
Each got a button. Well, there's 64 holes, is that right?
I don't know.
All right, just a minute. 3, 6, 8. Yeah, 64 holes in this button.
So got to think of something to do with it. And neutral color, a nice neutral color, so we can use any thread colors we want.
And she had all colors, like
Right,
black, red,
black,
yeah.
And the purple. I just saw that she had the purple. I was like,
But you know what first thing came to my mind with the black, the red and the green ones was just getting a little miniature Christmas tree.
oh yeah.
And then these would be perfect little ornaments.
Right,
You know, little,
right.
little 3 foot, 2 foot tree. These would make great ornaments.
And then she had them as needle minders to make, to stitch something and then, put a magnet on the back so you had a needle minder.
Yep.
Which I also thought was a great idea because
Yeah.
it's always nice to have a nice needle minder.
And they're molded plastic, so all the holes are smooth, so you're not going to snag.
Yeah.
It's not like it's drilled wood where you're going to snag your thread. But yeah, just a neat little thing. We each got one, because you have to.
Yeah, something fun.
You have to do these things. It's just the way it is. But yeah, I mean, and here's just some examples of what she's done with it. And she has charts. You can buy charts. But we decided we could pretty much figure it out on our own.
Right, right.
But
We'll be able to figure something out,
yeah,
Gary, right?
something. But yeah, just a neat little thing to do, and just quick little things.
Wouldn't take long at all,
Gift tags,
right?
Christmas gift
Oh,
tags.
yeah, that's a good
think
idea.
about it. Hey, I got all the ideas, Beth.
Hey, yeah,
Yeah, see?
I like that idea.
No charge for that.
Thanks. Oh,
Oh,
these. Now this was Needle Arts is the name of the company, but it's Joyce, Houck.
Hauk.
Hauk.
Joyce Hauk.
And I was like, oh, no. Did Mary Dorter ever sign on? Mary. I don't know if she did. So anyway,
We get done, we may have to go back and purchase
one of those.
afficots, yeah.
Yeah, because a beautiful wood. She said she didn't have as many because her class got first choice on them. But again, the laying tool and the afficat, and what you use them to burnish, so your satin stitches lay smoothly, smooth.
Yep, either.
Yeah, okay.
Smoothly.
Smoothly.
Yeah, when they lay down, they're really smooth. Yeah,
Okay, all
that's how it
right,
works.
thanks.
No problem.
Magazine editor.
Yeah, I should really know if it's smooth or smoothly, but quite frankly, I
It's too late.
don't care.
Okay, and this is Curdy Biggs with Threedles. And I hate to say I have a couple of her charts in my stash already, but again, when you go to these merchandise night, if there's something, when you see them there live in person, just so much more amazing than just looking at them online, obviously. But she had the kits, and all the threads, and beautiful pieces.
Yep. And she's teaching classes.
Yes.
A lot of these people are teaching classes.
Right.
Yeah, all the top teachers are pretty much here. Yeah. What next year is 32 teachers, 68 classes.
68 classes, I do
Yeah.
believe.
So.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. I'm so anxious for people to see the.
I know, and we can't show we have a video of it, but we can't show that
Right.
until the 5th.
Right, until they're up on the EGA site so the EGA members can see it, and then we can
Right.
put our video up.
Right.
You'll go crazy.
You're
yeah.
gonna love it. You're gonna
Yep.
love it.
Okay, so Curdy Biggs was there, and then this,
Susan Ayers, I think that's how you pronounce her name.
Yeah.
Sterling silver laying tools. These are beautiful. She was making them out of like the button hooks for your the shoe button hooks, and then used to have the glove. I'm doing it with my hands again. The glove button hooks.
here.
So you
Here.
guys can see.
You can
me.
demonstrate there.
So the
you
glove
demonstrate
button,
that.
the
Yeah,
glove
there.
button hooks. Remember those? Didn't
You're gonna
have
show
to-
how to button the shoes too?
Well, I'm not gonna put
You're
my
gonna flip your
there.
foot up here?
No, I won't do that. I won't do that. I'll save you that one.
Okay, thank you.
With my tennis shoes. Yeah, so those were they were beautiful.
Yeah, all sterling silver, and so in all different sizes. And then obviously you can see some of these are seam rippers, and these beautiful handles. Yeah,
And then she said they were sharp, so you could use them as a weapon if you needed to. So
but she said she was smart enough to ship them. She didn't bring them on the plane.
right, she was a little nervous about doing that. So
Yeah.
well, it was smart move.
Yep.
But they were just beautifully done.
Yeah, so that was pretty neat. Had not seen stuff like that. That was it.
Is that it?
That's our pictures. Yep.
Oh.
Our this
But it-
evening's photos.
And there were other vendors there. We ran in before the crowd, and there was a crowd waiting. After we went in a little early to take photos, and then outside they were chomping at the bit to get in. So,
Yeah, yeah. When we went in, the area outside was empty. When we came out, we kind of had to. Yeah.
get her way out. Get her way out.
Yeah. Money was about to be spent. We
Yes.
got out of there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We didn't want to be there when they opened those doors and people went.
But we may have to go back for afficots.
Yes.
We may have to do that.
May have to do
Yep.
that. Yeah. So.
Should still be open.
Right.
Wow. Yeah. Tomorrow we're going to go see some teachers. I mean, that's pretty much it today. That's a pretty full day. Watch for the videos. We put up several videos today. We've got the 4 videos. I got to get them processed. That I'm pointing over to the machine where they're
Yes.
at, as if
Yeah.
you can tell, whatever.
Right.
So we got the 4 videos of the Master Craftsman, and the video where Natalie goes through and critiques my 2 pieces. So we'll get those all posted tonight, first thing in the morning.
And that will be. I really am looking. I wasn't in here when they did the judging one, so I'm looking forward to that one because I think that will be very, very interesting to hear what she has to say about his pieces.
It was, yeah, it was instructive, and sorry about that. You think, oh man, I'm going to have a judge come in and sit here while she critiques, but I mean, I wasn't nervous about it because I wanted to learn,
Right.
and I did.
Right, and a good judge, and Natalie's a wonderful teacher, so I'm sure she's fabulous. She's going to give you a positive and say this is really good, but this is maybe where we can improve the piece, and that's what you want to know. I mean, you want to know how can we improve? How can I get what I love, this art I love so much, to get it up to that next level?
Yep.
And
And she had several suggestions. And there's one, there's in the needlepoint piece. There's one spot now that. Okay, I hadn't seen it before. There's some Krynic thread on angles, and there's 2 spots where something went haywire in both corners, and it goes out of alignment.
oh,
And I quite frankly had never noticed it till now.
are you going to take the piece apart?
No.
Okay, because some people would. See,
It's
it
good.
depends on how.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna.
No,
but
too much.
It's gonna be a while before I don't see that anymore. That one.
That'll be
So,
tough.
Yeah.
That'll be tough. Yeah.
But no, it was just really instructive, and she went because I sent pictures ahead of time,
Right.
and so she came in with printouts and she'd made notes all over the place, and but she talked about color, and fortunately I was really pleased she did not find much wrong, really anything wrong with the technique. A couple spots,
Right.
but in general, but it was the color, the design, because the needlepoint piece was an A&G Stitch of the Month thing, one of probably 2 I've ever finished on time. But we changed all the colors. Mary McGuire, my friend Mary McGuire, we're in Illinois.
Illinois, but
She helped me because I wanted it to be maroons and reds. And so Natalie then took that and said, all right, in this area, you might have done this and might have done that. So it was really instructive. And then I say in the video, why don't I just tell all about the video that
that's
nobody
right.
has to watch it? But I have a Debbie Rowley piece that I want to do in blacks and grays and whites. And so what I learned here immediately made me think of that and wanting to pull out the threads and look at the values, the color values I have, and see if I might want to make some adjustments.
right. And that was the good thing about the color class with Debbie Rowley, because she made me realize I am not using my DMC color card as well as I could be. And I'm like, okay, now I know how to, I mean, I use it to pull colors. If I want to change a color, I'll pull out the range. But she really gave some great pointers on, like, if you need something and you're changing the colors and it has 6 shades of something, use the DMC card to pull those 6 shades out, and then to make sure you have something that matches, in a different color. And maybe you don't have 6, so you only have 5. So like Kathy Ray was saying, you have to blend threads. but you do pull it with DMC because DMC has the biggest range, and then you go to the different thread weights and start pulling the other threads. Because in needlepoint, there's, you have the silk lame, you have the pearl cottons, and they're different weights, but you need the colors, and at least if you know the DMC colors, I don't have a shop near me. At least I could say, do you have something in a pearl cotton type thread, number 5, that's in DMC 950? For example, or something, and that way you give them a number and they can start pulling for you, which I've done with Kathy Ray, and I'm sure Kim would do it too, wouldn't you, Kim?
I'm sure she would. I'm sure she would.
Send her a list.
Yeah. So that and now tomorrow we're
going to go to classes.
Right.
We're going to go. We're not going to stay in a class because obviously we're not taking a class, but just to go and see. I did pop into a few classes just to see what they were like, and they are well spaced. For people that were worried about COVID, they're giving lots of room. They're keeping it, but each classroom will be different. So I'm interested in that. We're going to pop into a couple.
Yep.
I'd like to pop into. Curdy Biggs is doing studio time, and I'd kind of like to see what her classroom looks like too. So maybe we'll pop into there.
Yeah. So we'll do that. We should have some time to find some stitchers in corners because there's a number of them,
Right.
and talk to them, see what they're doing. And now the fiber forum thing,
Now we got to
do
go
that.
do that.
Yep. So those things. So we'll keep pumping the videos to YouTube as much as we can. Subscribe there.
Hit like.
Yep.
It helps.
Yep.
Believe it or not.
And then you'll get notified, and we appreciate it. And also putting them up yesterday, the Thursday ones, I put up on the Fiber Talk website, so you can see all the ones we posted yesterday, all in one grouping. And then I'll do the same thing for all the ones that we get up tomorrow, so you can go that route if you want.
Right.
However you want to do it, trying to make it so you can find them. And Beth has been posting some pictures on Instagram.
Trying to do a few,
Yep.
at least just so you can see what it's like here. It's because it is fun. It is fun to be among other stitchers. It's different than going to like just a retreat. This is very, very class heavy. Lots of people learning new techniques, and it's a great place to learn those things.
Yeah, when classes are in session, there's no one to be found.
No one, everyone's gone. Everyone's gone,
yeah.
except for the volunteers, which are fun to talk to.
Yep. So, all right. Thanks for joining us tonight. We appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed the show. Enjoy the videos. Subscribe, like, all those things,
All the
please.
things.
They do help. And watch for more tomorrow, and then back tomorrow night at the same time for the third show. And then Beth and I will do the podcast on Wednesday, where we'll kind of wrap up after we've gotten home and had a chance to think about it. We'll
Right.
kind of wrap up. So really 4 shows about the
EGA seminar.
EGA seminar. So hope you've enjoyed it. Thanks for joining us. We're out. We haven't had dinner, so
Oh.
we're out.
Bye.
Bye.